Okay, so as in the last video, we have discussed about the introduction of the biochemistry, as well as we have discussed about the introduction of carbohydrates. Alright, so in today's video, we are going to check the classification of the carbohydrates. So wait, let me write here the topic first so that I can explain you guys what is the classification of carbohydrates. So classification of carbohydrates. Carbohydrates. So on what basis the carbohydrates is classified? Let's talk about that first. So it is classified on the basis of hydrolysis. Now what is hydrolysis? Like when the substance then that is reacting with the water, all right, and that gives you a output, or there is no reaction, all right, so that is basically hydrolysis. When you are taking a substance and you are making that substance to react with water, so this is just because of that hydrolysis the carbohydrate is classified. All right, so on what basis it is classified? It is specified on the basis of hydrolysis. So on the basis of hydrolysis it is classified into three types. What those three types are, we'll be talking about that too. So let me write here first. Initially we'll be talking about our first type, which is monosaccharide. Here I'm writing the topic. We'll be talking about monosaccharide. Saccharides. Then second we do have, that is oligosaccharide. Wait, this is oligosaccharide. And third which we have is the polysaccharide. Here I'm writing the polysaccharide. Alright, so today we will be discussing about monosaccharides only. So first of all, mono. What is this word mono? Alright, mono is the Greek word which means one. So let me write this here. Mono is the Greek word which means one. So here I have written that as well, which means one. Mono means one. Alright, so these are also called simple sugar. Now why these are simple sugar? Because they are not again simplified into further molecules. Alright, if I'll do simplify this monosaccharide, that will be not converted into any other molecule. So this is known as simplest form or simplest sugar. So here let me write that down. It is the simplest sugar. Simplest sugar. So as this is the organic compound, so of course it will be made of what? It will be made of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen as well. So carbohydrate, as I told you, this is comprised of three elements. I have written that in my yesterday's lecture as well. So this is comprised of carbon, oxygen and hydrogen. So here again we'll have carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. So here we'll have the carbon atoms which will be equal to 3 to 9. All right, so there would be 3 to 9 carbons. All right, so either there would be 1 carbon, 2 carbon, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9. All right, so now what does this mean? These carbohydrates cannot be further simplified on hydrolysis. Why they cannot be simplified further on the hydrolysis? Let's check that by the reaction. Alright, so here I am writing the reaction. So if I am taking glucose molecule, because 6 carbon sugar is very common in the monosaccharide, so I am taking that C6H12O6. This is basically the formula of glucose. So let me write that down. This is what? This is glucose. If I am making it react with water, if I am making it react with water, so there would be no reaction, alright, which means what I am performing here the hydrolysis. And there would be no reaction then. So of course there would be no reaction. So if I am taking glucose, which is 6 carbon sugar, C6H12O6, I am making it react with water just because I am doing hydrolysis. Alright, if I am making it react with water, so there will not get any result. There will be no reaction. Alright, just because they are said that these carbohydrates cannot be further simplified on the hydrolysis. If I'll make it react with water, they'll not react, there would not be any reaction. Alright, so now let's talk about other things of the monosaccharide. So glucose is obtained naturally as retrorotatory and is present in most delicious food. Like carbohydrate is present in our every food, as we have talked about that yesterday as well. So glucose is present in our food as well, such as we do have grapes. Alright, so let me make here the grapes first, because that is found in crepes as well. So wait, so here basically I have what? I have grapes. Alright, these are grapes. So this is found in our grapes. How much percent? Let me write that as well. So that is basically 20 to 30% of the glucose is found in the grapes. 30 to 20 to 30% of the glucose is found in the grapes. It can also be found in the honey and sugar cane, cellulose and starch as well. So here I have written, now we have two things like glucose as well as fructose. Fructose is the 6 carbon sugar as well, and we do have then glucose, that is also the 6 carbon sugar. Let's talk about that, what these are. All right, so let me make here the diagram. Okay, so I am going to write the formula of glucose here. Here I am writing glucose formula, and here I'll be writing fructose. Alright, so glucose formula is C6H12O6. Again, fructose formula we do have, that is the same, alright, as we are having of glucose, C6H12 and O6. Alright, so let me make the structure of the glucose first. Wait. So here we are having CHO. Again here we are having carbon chain C, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Alright, just because 6 we are having here. So let me complete this first. Here we will be having OH, OH, OH. Alright, OH. Then again here we'd be having, wait, we would not be having OH here but instead here. Alright, now let me make the H first with another color. So here we'll be having H, 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 which means hydrogen. Alright, so let me make the bonds first. So here we have the bonds. Alright, so this is basically the structure of glucose. Alright, glucose is aldehyde. We have the as we have discussed about the functional group. So in the glucose we have the functional group of aldehyde. So let me write here. We have the functional group here, which is aldehyde. And we have talked about aldehyde. What was the functional group of aldehyde? Let me write here down. C, which was having double bond with oxygen. Here we were having alkyl group, and here we were having hydrogen. Alright, so this was the functional group of aldehyde, and this is basically the structure of glucose. So let me make the structure of fructose here. Alright, so wait, let me make the fructose structure. Here we have C2OH. Alright, again we'll have C here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and C. So let me write here the hydrocarbons first. Here we are having hydrogen. Here we are having hydrocarbon. Not hydrocarbon but hydroxide, HH. Here we were having hydroxide. Alright, so let me make the oxygen here. Here we have oxygen. So with oxygen we'll be having double bond, and with these all we would be having single bond. Wait, I'll be writing here hydrogen, and here we have what? Hydrogen. So what's the functional group is present here in the fructose? It is ketone. So wait, let me write here down. Here we have ketonic functional group. And what's the functional group? Wait, let me make the structure here. Okay. So here we were having carbon, which was having double bond with oxygen. Here we were having R, which is the alkyl group. Here we were having R as well, which is the alkyl group. Alright, so as you can see, here we are having alkyl group, and here we are having alkyl group too. So this is ketone. Here we are having alkyl group, but here we are not having alkyl group. We are having hydrogen here. So this is aldehyde. So this was basically the structure of glucose and fructose. In the next video, we'll be talking about oligosaccharides. And this was all for monosaccharides.